Hear ye, hear ye. Order in the Major League courtroom. A change of venue for the Cubs proves the perfect strategy, provoking plaintive cries from the opposition parties who could lose big in this case. Opening arguments in Milwaukee indicate a superior season ahead, but the jury's still out, given new evidence to suggest the contrary. A veteran court reporter recalls witnessing a momentous verdict at Yankee Stadium that resulted in a summary judgment over the Red Sox. Guilty as charged. Major leaguers everywhere confess to high crimes and misdemeanors on the ball field. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, let there be justice for all right here on This Week in Baseball. Now in our second decade.
Oh, everybody enjoys it. I mean, it's the one thing that usually stops batting practice, so everybody can pick it up, and hopefully they'll find themselves on there somewhere, and not in the bleeps and blunders. There's something positive.
National League, welcome back. A legend returns to the Cubs broadcast booth, an occasion that brings best wishes from the White House.
I know it's Harry Carey Day in the Chicago area, and it's great to have you back.
Well, that's awfully nice. I don't know what to say. I certainly appreciate it, sir.
He looks in good shape, doesn't he? And after missing the season's first 6 weeks due to a stroke, Harry was back at Wrigley in time to witness yet another Cub victory. A common sight for the recycled Cubs, who have fared best of all on the road, going 16-5 for the best road record in the majors. In all, 8 games over 500, holding steady, too, on top of the East. No doubt rival managers would like to compare strategy notes with skipper Gene Michael.
Well, we have a few things that have changed. First of all, you know, everybody talks about Andre Dawson. He's been a big factor for us. He's great in the clubhouse. He does his work. He's ready to play all the time. He's not a complainer. He's everything you'd want. I don't give him credit for Bull Durham swinging a bat or Sutcliffe pitching like I've heard, but I'll give him credit for all the other things. He's a good influence.
I go out and I play the ball game hard. I know certain things is expected of me. I just try and play to the best of my ability. But I'm very serious when I step out on the field, but I know how to leave the ball game here at the ballpark.
Dawson also knows how to leave enemy pitchers in a panic. His new prescription, a large dose of clutch hits, good for 35 RBIs and all. Of course, Dawson cures come in all varieties.
Fastball, and there's a long one into left field, and this ball is at the wall and gone for a grand slam. Dawson hit the first pitch from Worrell, a fastball for a grand slam. Holy cow, Harry.
Swung on and a line drive into right field, a base hit, one hop to Dawson. Ready around third, here's the throw, and he is out at the plate.
He's been basically the missing piece to the puzzle. We had a good supporting cast. We had a pretty good ball club before he got here, but I think we got a chance to contend all year now.
A fairly modest proposal from the 1984 Cy Young Award winner, who had struggled the last 2 years. But Sutcliffe has 7 wins and once again preeminent status in the National League.
He's worked hard. He deserves everything he's getting. He's able to get his pitches over the plate at any given time. He's able to get his curveball over when he's behind the count. And his strike one, strike two for the most part instead of ball one, ball two. Makes a lot of difference, you know. The less pitches you show at a hitter, the less chance he has to hit you.
If Sutcliffe isn't trouble enough for enemy batters, his late inning replacement is.
I know that if I go 9 innings, most of the time we're going to win. But it's also nice to know that Lee's down there. He's been terrific from the day I got here, and in my opinion, he's the best reliever in baseball.
He's talking about Lee Smith, best in the majors with 12 saves, plus an ERA near 1, and a big reason the Cubs are cooking. But watch out, Chicago, because St. Louis is launching a spring offensive. For manager Whitey Herzog, returning the Cardinals to their pennant form of '85 may have seemed like a tall order, but St. Louis has made itself most welcome to first place in the East and most wanted by the opposition on all counts. prime mover in the Cardinals' newfound success has been Vince Coleman. After stealing 217 bases in his first 2 seasons, Coleman is now making the fastest tracks in the majors with 26. What's more, he's become a dandy leadoff hitter, getting on base early and often. As for number 3 batter, Terry Pendleton, he's got a real knack for getting on base. With a 14-game hitting streak, he's been a hearty contributor to the Cardinals' .289 batting average, highest in the league. Jack Clark is most certainly the Cardinals' main power broker. Besides 34 RBIs, Clark has rocked the park with 10 homers, more than a third of the entire team's total. No wonder a day without Clark is like a day without sunshine.
When Jack's out of our lineup, it's like fighting a war with pop guns. I mean, he's the only guy we got that we hope when we're 2 runs down, we get him to bat in the 9th inning with a man on, and maybe he'd, tie the ball game up for us. And when we lost him last year, I thought we were the first team that in history that might win 100 one year and lose 100 the next. That's how important he is to our ball club. He's the one hitter on our baseball team that we cannot replace.
So, with the power and the glory restored to St. Louis, the Cardinals are basking in the glow of victory once again. Now let's open the notebook for This Week in Baseball's TWIB notes from around the National League. For Philly pitcher Don Carmen, life at the plate had been a horror. Nothing for 46 lifetime. Then, in a game against the Padres, Carmen came close to a hit, but it was an error that allowed him to reach base. Undaunted, Carmen tried again, this time with a similar plan, but was foiled again.
Here's the 2-strike pitch, a bunt that trickles foul, and he's a strikeout victim.
So, how about a new scheme? One that relies heavily on the element of surprise.
And the batter, Don Carmen. Up there to bunt probably. Nope, he's going to swing. Base hit through the middle. Oh! I don't believe it. Don Carmen with his first major league hit.
That snaps at 0 for 48 for him.
I do not believe it. They're going to stop the game and give him the ball. And why not?
One small step for the Phillies, one giant leap for Don Carmen. Time for this week's quiz, brought to you by the 1988 Chevy full-size pickup from the heartbeat of America, today's Chevy trucks. Could skeletons in the Padres' closet have brought San Diego the worst record in the majors? Well, who knows? But until a recent win in Philadelphia, Larry Bowa's Padres had lost 10 straight road games. Can you name the team with the longest overall losing streak in a season? Think in general terms. American League recall. Oh, how sweet it was for the Milwaukee Brewers.
The swing and a miss. Plesac has his 5th save. The Brewers beat the White Sox 5-4 at Comiskey Park. And the Milwaukee Brewers have won 13 games without a loss.
A record-tying quick start for the Brewers, who could do no wrong.
A curveball! Drilled to deep left. Gonna get way out of here and gone for deer. And they have tied it at 4. Whoa!
Now sample this gem from Milwaukee's April files.
Yount makes a great catch, and Rodney Amos has thrown the first no-hitter in Milwaukee Brewer history. What else can happen to this team?
I don't think anybody expected us to get off the 13-0 start. It's just been a combination of getting good pitching, good relief pitching. We've been scoring a lot of runs and getting some good defensive play. And right now, I don't think this club can play any better than it has.
No sooner were those words uttered than everything went haywire. Talk about ups and downs. After their 13-0 start, the Brewers plunged to 3rd place with a staggering 12 straight losses, setting a club record. The old club mark belonged to the franchise's first team, the Seattle Pilots, who came about in 1969. Not a very good year as it happened. They finished last, lost 10 straight in one stretch, despite high hopes.
Go, you Pilots, you proud Seattle team. Go, you Pilots, go out and build a dream. You brought the majors to the evergreen Northwest. Now go, you Pilots, you're going to be the best. Go,
In fact, the Pilots did go after 1 year in Seattle. They moved to Milwaukee in 1970. Now let's scrap our scouting reports and bring in Warner Fussell with this week's file on a big league rookie.
Mel, in spring training, it's not exactly life in the fast lane, unless perhaps you're a rookie trying to put a shirt on your back and make the team. In the Kansas City Royals camp, it was no stretch of the imagination to know that Bo Jackson was on solid ground as a rookie prospect. Another rookie hopeful, number 32, backed into the picture, infielder Bill Pecota. But infielder George Brett was in the way, so the rookie was sent to the minors to start the season. Although batting only .206 at Omaha, Pecota was called up by the Royals April 21st, and on the next day he got his first base hit against the Red Sox. The next game against the Tigers, Pecota delivered again. But being in the big leagues was clearly no day at the races. Nevertheless, the Royals won this game and the next 6 in which Pecota played.
Pecota rifles one to left field. Hall goes back, looks up, and it's gone.
Maybe the Royal rookie had now made the grade, but not yet. Even though Kansas City moved into first place, Pecota's fate was undecided. Still, Bill continued to hit and hit to all fields. Then on May 12th against the Blue Jays, Pecota would have one last chance before the front office made its decision. Nothing could stop him now. Base hit after base hit after base hit after base hit.
Well hit deep left field. Back goes Bell at the track, and it's gone. Pecota, who homered in Cleveland, hits a home run in Toronto, and it's 3-0.
Another victory and a perfect 4 for 4, raising his batting average to .556. Bill Pecota was on a tear, and the very next day the Royals made their decision. Bill Pecota was sent back to Omaha. After only 2 games in Omaha, it became obvious that Bill Pecota was overmatched, batting only .125. So on May 16th, Omaha infielder Bill Pecota was sent back to Kansas City, where he rejoined his Major League batting average of .556.
You know what Warner forgot to tell you? Bill Pecota was sent to Omaha to make room for George Brett, because Brett came off the disabled list. But when Brett was injured all over again in his 3rd game, infielder Bill Pecota was recalled. What a story. I just can't wait for the next chapter. You know, I wonder where in the world Warner gets all this stuff.
It's time now, once again, to look back into baseball history for another Mel Allen magic moment. Yankee Stadium, July the 4th, 1983, New York versus Boston. Top of the 9th inning, nobody out, and here's Mel.
Dave Righetti, anxious, confident, but the Butterflies are really on it. There have been 8 hits in the game. The Yankees have had them all. Tension has gripped Yankee Stadium here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Glenn Hoffman is the batter. There's a ground ball hit to short. Smalley to Robertson for 1. Back to first. Bell safe. He's safe. Here's that play again. Hoffman grounds the ball to Smalley. Smalley tosses over to Robertson for 1. Robertson's throw to first pulls Mattingly off the bag. No error on the play, but instead of just 1 out to go, Dave Righetti's got 2 outs to go. Jerry Remy up, a guy who can put the ball in play. Struck out, grounded to short, popped to 3rd. Mattingly playing in close at first. There's a bouncer hit to Robertson. Robertson throws it to first for the sure out. No chance for a double play. Now the 1 out to go. Will he do it? This crowd is standing. This crowd is wild. And Wade Boggs, one of the top hitters in the American League, standing between Dave Righetti and a pitcher's dream. 40,000 plus people standing and roaring, and Righetti trying to get Boggs. And he gets it! A no-hitter! A no-hitter! A no-hitter for Dave Righetti! How about that? He got the no-hitter! Always one of baseball's greatest moments, a no-hitter. And now let's review this week in baseball's Twib Notes from around the American League. In Baltimore, all signals are go, especially those of the long ball kind. With a Major League record 34 home runs in 12 games, the Orioles raised their total to 64, easily the most in either league. You know, at that rate, Baltimore would finish the season with 259 home runs, and that's enough to smash the all-time Major League record held by the 1961 New York Yankees. Ah, shucks. Charlie Leibrandt and the first-place Royals are cruising. For KC, 8 straight wins at home. As for Leibrandt, he beat the Brewers with a one-hitter. Leibrandt had been perfect for 5 2/3 when Bill Schroeder caught KC by surprise, leaving Leibrandt with a one-hitter and a 13-0 win. 3-time batting champ Wade Boggs of the Red Sox is, of course, a tough out. Still, in making this out against the Twins, it was the first time this year that Boggs made an out on an infield pop-up. Now let's pop in with the answer to this week's quiz. In losing 23 consecutive games, the 1961 Philadelphia Phillies set a modern Major League record. And to be sure, it was a long, hot summer for Philly manager Gene Mauch. The general saw his troops lose 107 games overall. The aging Robin Roberts had only 1 win that season, while Art Mahaffey lost 19 games. Hey there, Feline. Our slapstick comedy is about to begin. Places, everyone. You too, Godzilla. Make tracks. Okay, all set for Act 1, Scene 1. Let her rip. Don't be so literal-minded. Up, folks. Better yet, how about a windshield? Seems no head is safe in this comedy. Never mind the chapeau. Thing here is to keep all eyes on the ball. Both of them, honey. Here's a neat trick. Cleveland's Pat Tabler misses once, then misses twice in the very same place. Then learns the error of his ways. Watch. Get it? Well, even if you didn't, Tabler did, finally. Get set to lather up the leather for lively acrobatics from the outfield regimen, starting with Los Angeles rookie Mike Ramsey, fast and loose. Cincinnati Reds Eric Davis, smooth and in the groove. More splendor in the outfield turf from Eric Davis. Above and beyond the call, Ken Griffey, Braves. Seattle Mariner, John Moses. Dodgers, Reggie Williams with a truly grandstand play. Lenny Dykstra, New York Mets. Jeff Stone, Philadelphia Phillies, hanging on. Going all out, Kurt Ford, St. Louis Cardinals. John Christensen, Seattle Mariners. Finally, Rickey Henderson, New York Yankees. Flat out divine and so sublime. Now, this week in baseball's flashback, brought to you by Gatorade Thirst Aid for that deep down body thirst. Pittsburgh's Bill Mazeroski, about to become a hero. Game 7, 1960 World Series, the Yankees and Pirates. New York has just scored 2 runs in the top of the 9th to tie the game. Now Mazeroski leads off in the last of the 9th, facing the Yankees' Ralph Terry.
All I can think to myself is just get a good ball, hit a line drive somewhere, get on base, get something started. So that was on my mind. I had no visions of hitting a home run, not even trying to hit a home run.
Here's a swing and a high fly ball going deep to left. This may do it. Back to the wall goes Berra. It is over the fence, home run. The Pirates win.
I just turned around. I thought it was going to hit the fence and come back. But they had them vines on it. It just gave them the vine and went over the fence. By the time I rounded first and was about 3/4 of the way to second, I look up and I see that umpire out there going like this here and a lot of screaming going on. And for the first time in my life, I just lost composure and started jumping around like crazy and throwing my hat around. And I never did show my emotions on a ball field before, but I had to that time.
That was a real shocker. We had set something like 39 records, World Series records. We did everything imaginable to Pittsburgh, and they won the series. It was disappointing.
You just can't appreciate when you got 40,000, 50,000 people watching you play, and then to win the World Series against the Yankees, of all people. You'd have to say that's the greatest moment you probably ever had.
What a finish as the Pirates won their first World Series in 35 years. Well, that's all for now, folks. See you next week on This Week in Baseball.